Welcome, your saltwater guy, Captain Dave Hansen. We're going to get going here in just a second. It's Promar Ahi USA Tuesday. We're all standing by here waiting for a few more people to get on. We got a good show for you today. I'm bringing in my good friend Mike Lewis, my guy Justin. Maybe Al's going to make it. We got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about today. Yesterday's show was pretty incredible. That was fun having everybody on there, and then Chris Dunn coming on at the end talking all about weather. What a smart human being he is, right? Always fun to have him on here. Gives us a little bit of intelligence when he's on the show. The sea bass bit wide open yesterday up at the Channel Islands, so Sonny's going out there tonight. Hopefully he stumbles into some. If anybody's going to stumble into him, Sonny should. I guess he's called a handful of members and no one can go. They can't take the weekend off. So what I wanted to let everybody know is you're in the circle of your saltwater guide with Justin, Pablo, Al, and Sonny. When we call you guys up and say the fish are biting, that's the day you got to call in sick. And if you own the business, that's the day you got to close your business. You got to get out there. When this sea bass thing happens like it's happening right now, you got to jump on it. You can't wait. You can't wait. Oh, well, I can go out on the weekend. If you look at the weather this weekend, it's going to be terrible. So you got to check it out, gang. When they call you and tell you that the fish are biting, you got to get out there and go fishing. So just so you know, you're in the inner circle. You want to make sure you take advantage of being on the inner circle. He said he called a handful of guys and no one can make it. So he's going with one of his buddies tonight. So that's kind of cool. Every boat that was at that area yesterday had limits. So, but we got a weather coming through here again this weekend. Justin was supposed to be out fishing today, but the weather looks crappy. He talked to a handful of his friends and couple of guys that went out. Rick Maurer went out, got seasick. He said it was so rough this morning coming out. Southeast wind, northwest wind, ocean looks like a washing machine. We'll talk to him about that in a little bit. And we got Mike Lewis going to talk to you guys about the show up at the Ventura Fairgrounds. He's going to be there with Robert and Mike will be hanging out in the booth for that show. Look at here. I think we got a poster for that show here. Do we got a poster? Yeah, we got a poster. Come on. There it is. It jumped up there. So this is the West Coast Outdoors and Sport Fishing Expo at the Ventura Fairgrounds, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Your saltwater guide will have a booth there. It's going to be cool. Mike Lewis and Robert will be hanging out on Friday. Mike will be there for Saturday and Sunday. Mike's going to talk a little bit about that. Promar's throwing out a box of swag. It's on its way to your house, Mike. So if you bring your children and you're wearing one of our shirts and you swing by our booth, Mike or Robert are going to give you some free stuff for your kids because Promar's throwing out some swag for the show. So don't miss it. And remember what the guys said when they were on the show the other day. All you got to do to get in is show up wearing one of my T-shirts and you get in the show for free. That's pretty cool. That's pretty spectacular. That's a good way to support your saltwater guide. So we're fired up about that. Super excited about that. It looks like it's just got a picture from one of our members. It looks like it's a little rough out there. They're just getting to Anacapa Island. Everybody's excited up at the Channel Islands to go sea bass fishing. Let me see what happened here. Let me bring in Justin and Mike, talk to you guys for a few minutes here. Mike, Justin, welcome to the show. Thanks. Good to see you guys. I got to resend this email real quick. So Justin, talk to everybody about what Promar's got going on right now, and I'll just bear with me for a second.
All right. I was actually just messaging Promar right as we speak. So some great news, everyone. Those of you that missed it yesterday, Promar Ahi GT4 fluorocarbon. It's going to be hitting the market May 1st. So make sure you go out, see your tackle shop, purchase it there. They're all going to have it. At least the majority of everyone's going to have it. May 1st, Ahi GT4 fluorocarbon. It's a must-have for your boat. It's what I've been using for about 7 months now on my boat. Some other news is Promar has that descending device that is readily, easily available to use. All you do is you hook it onto your squid squirt or whatever your jig you're going to be using for rockfish, drop it down with whatever fish you're going to descend, leave your bait down there so you can catch more fish and bring those back up. Super easy. Everybody should have one. A question that we didn't get to yesterday was, is it required to have on a sport boat when you go fishing? I don't know.
Yes,
that's a good question.
It's a new law, so I don't know the details of it. I didn't read the whole entire thing. I just know that the fine is $369 on the section code that they have for it. I don't know if you need to have it personally or if the captain of the boat needs to have it available. Hey, Al.
What's up, gentlemen?
Good question.
Yes.
The greatest thing of it is it's so inexpensive. It's only $13.99 for 2 of them. Everyone should have one. Just do your own due diligence and put those fish back down there so they have an 80% chance of surviving. It's better than letting them float on top of the water and getting a ticket, and they're going to die anyways if they float on the water. So $13.99, use code YSWG22 at www.promarahi.com. You're going to get 2 of them, $13.99, and you're also going to save using that code. So,
absolutely. And yes, it's required on every boat. It doesn't matter if you're on a sport boat, the Queen Mary, the Love Boat, a helicopter, anything that floats or has a possibility to float. If you're going to fish rockfish, you must have a descending device on the boat, period, end of story. But hey, real quick, I got a really special guest here. We got some really important things to talk about. You know how much I'm into giving back and taking care of war heroes. Mike Lewis, you're one of my best buds, and you're a big-time war hero. I know you don't like to talk about it, but we're going to bring in a guy who's doing some pretty magical stuff, kind of like what Anthony Shea does. So, Al, welcome to the show. Thank you for jumping in. I know you just ran home. We're going to bring you, Justin, and Mike on the show in a few minutes, but right now I'm going to pull you guys off to the side. Not that I don't like you. Just hang in there and listen to what we have to talk about here. So, good morning, young man. Sorry about that, Joey.
What's going on? How
I'm
you doing?
sorry. I sent you a link.
No, you're good. You're good.
I sent you a link, but I didn't send you a link. So welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
And why don't you I know what you're doing, but why don't you do me a favor real quick, just kind of run down what's going on and what all of our members can do to help.
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit World Warriors Foundation. We were founded in February of 2019. Myself and a fellow veteran, Nick Piscatelli, started it. He got me into fishing, and we found a lot of peace on the water and doing that. And now we're doing 4 charters a year out of San Diego, taking 25 to 30 veterans out on the water, get them together for a day and a half, 2 days of fishing. And we cover the cost for everything. That's what the money goes to raising. And this year we're actually doing one out of LA, and Bradley Nielsen, he's going to be running that charter as well. And then we have our big event, which is our Fins and Fairways golf tournament this year, which is June 1st. And it's at Emerald Isles Golf Course down in Oceanside. And we're going to be doing a fishing on the second day on June 2nd out of Dana Point, which should be a good day of fishing. Just
what boat out of Dana Point?
You know what? That's a great question. I let me look it up.
Yeah.
A lot of information that have to look at the flyer and find out. I'll be honest. I have a team that runs all that stuff now. I'm getting out there and talking, and Chris Woodburn, who is our treasurer, has been kind of running that whole shebang. What's going on, Dan? And that's the whole gambit as we fish and we golf. But I can find out what the boat is. I ask Brad, he probably knows. But yeah, that it's going to be just a day of fishing. We're doing some rock fishing and we have some giveaways. We got a rod. Phoenix has actually donated some stuff to us, and the golfing, we have a bunch of auction items and stuff like that. So
Yeah, the only reason I'm asking about Dana Point is because we have a little bit to do with Dana Point.
yeah, let me find out. Brad knows a lot of that because him and Chris have been running that tournament along with Josh Haywood. Those are the guys on the ground doing a lot of the work, the heavy lifting.
All right, cool.
They've really done an amazing job this year doing that and getting out that. We even have an all-female charter that we have this year, which is we have a girl that comes in. She's been Lady Vet Fishing, who does a lot of fishing with us, and she's running the charter.
Nice.
Yeah, the boat. Brad said the boat's called Some Fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We own that.
Oh, you do? Nice.
Yeah. We own Dana War Sport Fishing. My sister and my brother own it. My father built the Some Fun in 1961.
Wow.
Yep, in Huntington Beach, right in front of the Huntington Beach power plant. And then he built the Clemente in 64, the same spot right in front of the Huntington Beach power plant. So yeah, we got a tiny bit to do with what's going on.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, War Heroes on Water is a big event for me. I've been part of that for a very long time. But then my good friend Mike Lewis works with one of your buddies, Brad, up there. And, and they wanted to make sure that we got you guys on here and talked about this because it's all about giving back to the men and women that have done so much to make sure that we all get to live in this country and live free and wander around and have a good time and go do fun stuff like fishing and golfing and everything else. So having you on here is a really good thing for me and all my viewers. So Joey, how can some of our people that are watching, what can we do to get involved to help?
So we have you can
go fishing with these guys.
Yeah. If you want to get involved, we're always looking for volunteers to be a part of. Like I said, the Fins and Fairways Golf Tournament, we're always looking for volunteers to help, just do stuff to where it's like taking the sponsors out to the hole, or if you own a company and you want to help sponsor and raise money for us, that's what we are. We are a licensed 501c3 and since 2019. But a lot of it's fundraising. As for the charters, we like to do events where people get involved. And the whole purpose of it was to get veterans together after their time in service. I struggled when I transitioned out of the military. And it took me over 10 years after my time in service. I was in Iraq, and then immediately after coming home from Iraq, I was out of the military and back into civilian life. And that connections I had with the brothers that I served with, I didn't have when I got out, and I struggled. And a lot of that leads to isolation, depression, anxiety, all those elements that these do. So our whole purpose is just to get together and fishing. And that's what Nick and I did. We started right down in Long Beach, fishing in the lake right there. And then we left there, and then we got a little flat bottom boat and went on the lakes up down in Pine Mountain Lake, up by Lake Don Pedro up there. And then he said, well, let's go saltwater. I love it. So we went a half day, then was a 3/4 day. And then pretty soon we're 2.5 days on the Constitution, and we're landing bluefin. But the time on the water, not only is the fishing amazing and the accomplishment of catching these massive tuna. I mean, the record right now, Josh Haywood holds is 238-pound bluefin, which is pretty amazing. Mine's only 140. But when you're reeling in that fish, sometimes, as we all know, it ain't easy. And sometimes you need somebody to give you a 2-minute break. And that's where the team effort comes in, and all these veterans that come together and all that. And that's where it is. So bringing veterans, spreading the word of what Real Warriors is and the mission. And that we also collaborate with nonprofits because we like to work with them, Higher Ground being one of them, the ranch in Julian that does archery. It's about getting veterans outdoors and that. We also have a SoCal Bonanza surf fishing tournament, which is in, I think, September, October. That one's a really good one. And we do that. Chris does that, and it's literally everything's done online. You measure your fish, you show it in, and then we have a big, huge party afterwards in Huntington Beach. We were doing it at the Four Sons Brewery there, and we have raffles and gifts and all that other stuff, people that donate. So it's just about getting together, hanging out, making new friends. Yeah.
The camaraderie.
And then talking crap about who's got the biggest fish, that's the struggles and that in life. So
No, exactly. And so how can they get it with their website, telephone number?
yeah, you can go to
to get everybody involved.
Yeah, you can go to realwarriorsfoundation.org. If you want to ask questions, you can email us at info@realwarriorsfoundation.org. And if you're looking to volunteer or get involved that way, our website is being revamped currently, so it just be patient with it. That's why I say you can just email us directly at info@realwarriorsfoundation.org, and myself or one of the board members will get to you and find a place to where you can help out.
Nice.
That's right. Real, just REE, just like the logo.
Yeah, cool. No, it's great. It's all about camaraderie and getting out there. One thing that unfortunately I personally wish these bluefin would leave so you guys could get involved in actually fishing for fish and having fun and everybody could fish. That bluefin thing's really fun for about 10 seconds. There's only two
I agree.
There's only two good parts about bluefin: the bite and gaffing it. The middle sucks, but there's so much more fun stuff to do out here. The bluefin's kind of ruined it for most people because everybody wants this big trophy fish. But if you could go over to the island, or you could go up or down the coast and anchor up and have the men and women just actually engage in the act of fishing, that's so much more fun. When I do the War Heroes on Water, my guys come off the boat, catch 100, 150 fish each, and they're blown away. I know we get to the banquet and there's 4 or 5 guys standing there that each caught one fish, a big bluefin, big deal. My guys had the time of their lives. They caught 1 million fish. It's all about being on the water and the camaraderie and all that. And if you're stuck on that big bluefin thing, then you're missing every part of fishing.
I actually love when you get on the kelp beds and then you get in the Dorado and the yellowtail. To me, I love that. I remember the first time, again, I was new to fishing. I was introduced to this. And I remember standing on the boat and they're putting a piece of squid on there, threw in the water, and they're going, I'm just sitting there and everybody's just hooking, and it's like the boat's going nuts. It's crazy. And I'm just watching that piece of squid float on the hook. And they're like, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. And he goes, come here. He goes, see that fish? And he showed me. Threw that bait in the water. That Dorado hit that bait so fast, and boom, it was on. And I was hooked. I was like, this is awesome. And to me, that was pretty amazing to do.
No, it's just getting out on the water and fishing. The minute your line touches the water, all that crap in your head just melts away, and you get a chance to reconnect with nature. That's why fishing's so important, gang. And I talk about it here on the show every day, how we all need to be involved with CCA and how we all need to try to make sure we keep fishing open. This is another fantastic organization that's taken men and women fishing, but it's turning on families. It's turning on so many different people to the fishing world, which it's just a win-win, Joey, for us. It's a win-win for you guys. It's a win for Bradley. It's a win for Mike Lewis. It's a win for anybody that's sitting there on the sidelines going, I don't understand. I'm so depressed. I don't know what to do. Get involved. Go out. Be with Real Warriors. Go get involved with all the different activities and get out there and go fishing and go do it. Don't be afraid. And then you can always call me at 949-374-0786. I'll give you a free look at my website. I take care of veterans like you can't even believe. And I will give you a free look at my website. We get talking, you'll find out I have a bunch of war heroes that are members of the website. I want to give back as much as I can. And that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, Joey.
I appreciate it.
Wake people up and let them know there are different things out there for you guys. So I know a lot of war heroes, a lot of veterans that are sitting on this. They think no one's there for them. And then you get involved with something like Real Warriors or War Heroes on Water, and all of a sudden you find out that the community is way bigger than you can even comprehend. And you're like, okay, I do fit in somewhere. Hey, I'm a recovering addict alcoholic. We never thought we fit in. I can go through the same depressed that you guys go through as a drug recovering addict alcoholic. And I'm telling you, when you find out the fellowship is there, there's a lot to say about fellowship. There's a lot.
That's one thing about our charters is we don't allow drinking on the on the charters, because a lot of these veterans use alcohol as a dependency. So we remove it. And so all you have is that person to your left and right. and they're all veterans. So they all find that common ground. So.
Yeah. Well, one more time, let's give everybody a way to get a hold of you to get involved, because I'm seeing lots of comments coming through. People want to get involved. So
go to the website, realwarriorsfoundation.org, and you can go on there and just contact us. If you have trouble with that, like I said, go to info@realwarriorsfoundation.org, and you can email us directly, and then we'll definitely respond back. That email goes directly to myself and to our board members that we all see, so somebody will reach out. And if you can, make it out to the Fins and Fairways. If you want to golf. If you want to fish, or you want to do both, do both. But the fishing, we only have so many spots on the boat and so many golfing spots. But we're going to have a lot of prizes and giveaways, and all the money goes toward the mission so that the veterans don't pay for anything. It pays for licensing. It pays for the gear rental. It pays for their charter. It tips the crew. It pays for everything. And this year we're going on the Constitution as well as the Mustang out of San Diego.
Well, nice. I'm going to bring in my friend Mike Lewis, who's a very close personal friend of mine, but he's got some stuff that maybe he can talk about this organization and what's going on. Mike, welcome to the show. Mike Lewis is going to be up at the Ventura Fairgrounds doing a show up there, and hopefully you guys can send him some information and he can be handing some of that stuff out too, because there's a lot of people, right, Mike, that want to get involved, but they don't know how.
A lot. Yeah. It's amazing how many organizations are out there that we don't know about. And I didn't even know about War Heroes on Water until I met Dave a few years ago.
Yeah, so, we've actually had one of Amy, who I was telling you runs our all fishing charter. She went on that last year. And then Tito actually went on it the year before. Tito does a lot of fishing with us. He fishes with us. And then there's another one that branch of the military guy does one out. I forget the guy, Joe, Joe Charter. He did a fishing one for Warriors of the Branch, and every boat is like one Marine, Navy, and all that. And but Tito's been really great and supportive of us as well.
That's cool. Yeah, when I met Bradley, because we actually had a veteran. This is how I met him. We had a Veterans Day luncheon at our work for just the veterans, and he actually sat right next to me at the table, and we started talking, and then fishing came up. And we started comparing notes and showing pictures of each other. And I said, man, you know, Dave. He goes, oh man, I've heard about this guy. We got to get on the show. I gotta tell you all about Real Warriors. And so that's how I got started learning about you guys. So I just got the email from you guys the other day about the trip, and I'm super excited. I've never been on a trip with just veterans. And one of the things that you were talking about, how you lost all your friends when you got out. I'm not sure when you got out, but we didn't have internet when we were in. So
I got out in 2004.
Okay. I got out in 91. So, after Desert Storm, and I had a lot of friends, and I've only found a few of them on Facebook, and I'm in contact and we talk all the time now. But it sucked when you got out. It's not like today. The guys that are getting out today, they have so many options of actually keeping in touch with all their buddies and not going through the whole depression state and anxiety of going back into be a civilian. I know a lot of guys from my era that just lost it. They did
because it took me 9 years to reconnect my friends, and as everybody gets on this social media bandwagon of all this, how bad social media is, there are good points to it, and it reconnected me with a lot of my friends. And that is the benefit. We actually have a community group on the Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, join. It's welcome to everybody. It's RWF, Real Warriors Foundation, RWF community. Google it, join the group. We have, and it's a way to promote you can promote your businesses on there. If you have a small business you're promoting, it's Monday we have memes, Meme Monday. Everybody loves a good meme. And especially with the climate changes every week. So, it's always fun to joke and laugh and enjoy life. So that's what it's about. And then you find friends. Thanks, Mike, for putting that up.
Yeah.
Then you find friends on there. And then sometimes you're finding that network that you didn't even know that was there. And we're not even gone fishing yet, and we're trying to pump through a lot of these veterans. When we first started, I had probably 700 to 750 veterans that we're trying to get out on the water. And if you guys know, we're paying for this entire funding the boat, right? So when we're paying for this entire boat, there's a lot of money, and every veteran costs about $1,000. That's kind of where the cost is, and nobody gets paid within an organization. We're all volunteers, all right, and so we can only do 4 to 5 charters a year. So we're trying to pump through all these veterans, and this year we've expanded. We're actually doing our first charter up in Lake Michigan, out of there. So we're doing one there, and then we're slowly gravitating into Texas. So we have grown, and we're continuing to grow as the community grows, and that's the biggest thing. I was in the Marine Corps, Jason.
You know,
So I served from '99 to '04, and I was a crew chief on a 46. So I was aviation, and now I do mortgage loans. Totally on the other side.
you worked on the planes, and I shot them down.
Did you?
I was a stinger in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
So it was cool. As my wife, I never really talked. I really never talked about when I got out of the Navy. I just put it in the back of my head. So much stuff went on that I didn't want to talk about, and I didn't really know anybody that was a veteran. People didn't really wear hats, but the ones that did, they were like from World War II, So those were the only guys that were doing that. Then you find out that all of the workers at Lowe's that are wearing red vests, they're all veterans. So you can stop while you're talking, walking down the aisle looking for something. The guy's wearing red vests. Hey, what service were you in? Instantly spark up a conversation like the hats do. So my wife got me a hat one day for Christmas or my birthday or something, and for one of the ships I was on. And then I started wearing it, and it's amazing how many people you're walking by and say, hey, thank you for your service. What? Not used to that. So she went on some Facebook pages of ships that I was on and got me to join those pages. And I found people that I was on with that had pictures of me from back. It's awesome. Like stuff I've never seen before. I don't even remember. And we didn't have cell phones. They had, Canon Snappies and instant cameras and stuff like that. So what you guys are able to do now with social media, man, oh man, it feels good. It really does. And the more you get to know Dave, Joey, the more you get to know Dave, you're going to see he is probably one of the most veteran supportive people that I've ever met.
You need to come on a boat with us, Dave.
Ever.
You need to come on a boat. It's easy as
Absolutely.
that. See what it is we're doing.
Gang, what I want you to understand is listening to Mike and listening to Joey, that there's a lot of vets that are watching right now, and you're sitting in your house and you're watching this show and you're like, yeah, I don't want to reach out. Gang, listen, just reach out to Joey, reach out to Mike, reach out to me. We're going to be there for you. What I learned by working with War Heroes, and let's be perfectly honest. When I was running amok in my life, I didn't give two craps about anybody, and I didn't understand anything about anything. And then when I got involved, Anthony Shea brought me in and let me be involved with War Heroes on Water. And I found out what a spectacular group of people veterans are willing to give everything they have so that I can go fishing for a living and take people fishing. And I was like, I've done absolutely nothing to deserve the life that I have. Nothing. I've done nothing. So when I found out that the suicide rate was so flipping high,
like 22 people a day,
I'm like, what are you talking about? Because there's so many people that aren't paying attention. And I'm like, oh, I am going to do everything in my power to bring this to the awareness of the public. And I don't have a very big platform. I have a very small platform, but I do everything I possibly can. And I'm telling you guys that are watching this show, there is somebody out there that does care about you. Mike Lewis, Joey, Brad. There's so many people. If you look on the comments right now, you're just blown away. And like Mike Lewis said, he put that hat on, he started walking around and he started getting people telling. That's the kind of things when we do the War Heroes, and I'm not involved with you guys, but I'm going to be, Joey. I promise. That's why I told you I'd bring you on the show. When we do the War Heroes on Water inside of Newport Harbor and we do the parade, and the men and women that are on our boats with us see the outpouring of love from the community in Newport and all the people standing on the bridges and standing on their boats and waving the American flag. And I can watch big, gnarly, badass men and women with the tears coming out of their, and they're just standing there and they're just taking all this in. And I know for a fact that this saves people's lives, that just the awareness and just Mike Lewis putting on that hat and walking around, and then all of a sudden his heart gets a little bit bigger and his shoulders get a little bit broader, and he walks around and he understands that people actually do give a crap and people do care about you guys and they understand. And it's not just a, hey, thanks for your service. Most people are saying thanks for your service because we didn't do poop to be where I got you, but we didn't do anything to deserve the life we're living, gang. So I hope that there's plenty of you out there that are listening who understand what we're talking about. And do me a huge favor. Hit that share button down there on the bottom, because there's people in your sphere of influence that need to hear this. And there's people in your family that are going through this. And it's dark. It's very dark. And I relate it to, because I'm a recovering addict alcoholic. That's a dark place inside of me that I can go to really, really easy if I allow myself to slip in there. You guys have to be the same thing. It has to be going on. It's just a dark place and we need to stay out of there. And things like going fishing and going golfing and just being around the men and women. That's you guys don't understand. You just give, like Joey said, there's so many levels to volunteer and be there. And once you get involved, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I am so passionate about it, and it's overtaken my body, and I give everything I possibly can. And it's not a lot. I don't have a lot, but I give my time.
It is a lot, Dave. It's a lot more than you understand. It really is.
But the impact, sometimes you have to understand the impact you're making today. You don't realize. We started this in 19, and a gentleman that came on the boat came from Missouri, and he flew in, and we made him buy his ticket, and we said, I'm going to reimburse your ticket, because he really needed it to come out. I said, but you have to buy your ticket because I want skin in the game. So he bought his ticket, and then he was at the airport, almost didn't go, and he finally we got him on the plane, talking to him, texting, all that stuff. He got on the boat, and he sat down, and Tito actually happened to be there on that boat. We never told anybody that he was going to be there. It was kind of funny because he walked up and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Tito Ortiz.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So and he's on the boat, and this guy was, I drink all the time. My dad's an alcoholic. I'm struggling this and this. And Tito just looked at him and was like, and you can only say this as a veteran or Tito Ortiz, really. And he just went, dude, get your shit together. Get your stuff together. Sorry, bleep that one out. But get it together, man. Do something. And he just bought his second house a year ago. He quit drinking. Went cold turkey and all that. And he's doing 100 times better. I talk with him all the time. And him and Tito are now friends and talk all the time. So it's kind of everybody I can only touch so many lives in that. And that's why it's so important for us to have more volunteers and people to get involved, because you can only maintain so many relationships in your life before you need help. Just like as Brew Warriors, there was only so much I could do. And now all these people have been coming in and helping out, and people have come and gone and left and made huge impacts within the organization. And we're thankful for all of them, all the way, even some of the people that were part of the American Legion in Newport Beach. We did some stuff with them, and we don't do any stuff together, but they made a big impact. And I'm very thankful for them. And that's allowing us, because the mission isn't us, it's the veterans. And right. When you talk about the suicide part of the 22, there's so many organizations went out there, and I was talking to another veteran, and he said, there's so many that are like, hey, everybody at 22. I said, yeah, well, we all know 22. We all know it. What are you doing about it? And are we trying to stop it? No. It's like telling everybody to stop drinking alcohol. That's not going to happen, but we can at least mitigate it and try to make an impact in that community. And we do that through fishing, because it has made changes in our lives. So
Joey, here's what I'm going to do. I want you to meet Justin. Justin, Al, welcome to the show. Listen, Mike Lewis, Justin, and Al are great representatives of your saltwater guide. So what I will say is, Al and Justin, I'm putting you on the spot, and Mike, these guys are willing to come, volunteer their time to come on the boat and hang out with the war heroes and represent your saltwater guide. But that's not what it's about. It's about these guys going with you guys and being there for these war heroes. So if they have the time and the opportunity, Joey, I would love for Al and Justin and Mike to be involved with this at whatever level. As your saltwater guide representatives, they'll show up with shirts and hats, and they'll do whatever they got to do, because Al, Justin, we both, well, three of us know we don't deserve to be sitting here with Joey and Mike now.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Don't say that.
Yep. Dave's so humble.
I know.
He's super humble.
Hey, every day is a blessing, man. Every time I wake up, click, another day alive.
100%.
What amazing thing that is, huh?
And then both of these guys have charter boats. Al and Justin, they both have charter boats. So Joey, you need to reach out after the show to Justin and Al and talk about what possibilities they can do to get involved. Justin's already involved with War Heroes on Water. He donates his boat and his time. But there's other things. We the three of us want to be involved. Whatever way you can get us involved, Joey, we want to give back to this.
That's done.
Hey,
Done.
I was thinking about it when I was listening to everybody talk. There's, I don't know if it's doable. On my end, it probably is, but there's like 7 or 8 freshwater guides in San Diego. I know all the guides in San Diego for the lakes. I know you mentioned some lake stuff, but maybe I can give them all a shout, round up the wagons, and 2 guys a boat, once a year or something, in the springtime. When
Oh, absolutely.
There's stuff like that we can do, and
because we have a lot of guys that their equilibrium's all messed up and they can't go on the boats, so they can't do saltwater.
Right.
So this would be perfect for them.
Yeah, these guys did a paid guide trip, I don't know, last week or something, and there was a party of 12, I think. So there was quite a few boats in the mix, and I wasn't there, but these guys all got big hearts, and I'm sure they would donate a day of fishing, no problem.
Yeah, I'm 100% open to that.
Yeah, I like.
Brad's on the end. I can hear Brad through the computers going, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go."
Yeah.
Hey, there's a show coming up in Ventura. Maybe you can come up there one of the days or the weekend and represent Real Warriors with us. I'm gonna.
Yeah. What? Absolutely. We'll let me see, because again, we need volunteers, and so as we continue to grow, right now there's I think like 6 or 7 of us, but we want to continue to grow the team and all that, and that way when people want to go saltwater fishing or fishing at all, they just go, "Oh, you need to go to Real Warriors. You need to get with that community," because that's what it is. It's family.
You need to, on your website, you need to get up, make sure that people know about your saltwater guide, your saltwater.com, so that people can go on and they can watch Dave every single day at 12 noon. He does a live podcast for at least an hour. And the information and the amount of people that are on it is amazing. So if you can get your saltwater guide on the website, so people, link on it so people can click and check it out, get involved in the community. It's just going to grow everybody.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a great idea, and I'll do whatever I can to help you get that going, Joey. We'll get my producer involved, and we'll make a link, and that would be awesome to have it on there.
I might just have to go live on the fishing trip, and it'll play through. Hey, so I got like 1 million views on one of the videos. Dave is talking to me on the phone from Cabo. I'm in my kitchen. Dave tells me what to do. I make a video, and it goes viral, like 1 million views. Yes, he
talked you through it from Cabo while you're out fishing.
No, he's talked me through catching fish where I'm at. He's in Cabo and I'm out at Channel Islands, and I'm telling him what's going on. He goes, no, do this and this, and back up the boat, move over here, blah blah. Water, my bait hits the bottom, bam, I'm on. I couldn't call him back fast enough. You can't believe it worked, How excited we get with Dave. You know, he picks up the phone for everybody. You can stop at any truck stop, you'll see his phone number on the Apple wall anywhere. I'm telling you. So his slogan seriously is, "You don't know until you know." Like, I've been on a million charters. I've been fishing my whole entire life. I've never had my own boat, and I go out and I'm thinking, "Oh, this is going to be great." Man, I couldn't even remember how to tie a hook on, much less where to go. I never paid attention to where we were or the conditions and all the stuff. I have learned so much just watching him. It is amazing. So getting all the veterans involved with his website or the podcast even every day will be awesome. And people are commenting, whether they're on YouTube or on Facebook. It goes on both of them. People will start meeting people. Like I didn't. This is the first time I'm meeting you. You know,
Yeah.
And it's happened. I found out about this on Veterans Day, so it was like meant to be for me to find you guys. You know, but how I found Dave was a crazy story too. I'll tell you about that later.
We'll save it for the boat. Save it for the boat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Joey. Thank you guys for being here today. And Joey, do us a favor one more time, because we're going to throw you off of here now, and we're going to talk a little bit about fishing, but give us it one more time. Slowly. There's people driving. I mean, we're on Spotify, Apple, Megaphone, Facebook, Instagram,
You got it.
TikTok, YouTube. Slow it down a little bit. Tell them exactly how to get a hold of you.
So if you want to get a hold of us, go to Real Warriors Foundation. Real is spelled REEL, just like a fishing reel. RealWarriorsFoundation.org. Or you can email us at info@realwarriorsfoundation.org. Or go on the community page. You can go see us on Instagram. You can go on Facebook. You can go on YouTube. We're trying to be everywhere. There you go. Spelled just like that.
I see Bradley's on here, and what I would suggest, Joey, is coming back on after you're done jumping on Facebook and YouTube, because this is live right now on Facebook and YouTube. But get in there and answer the comments. People want to know what's going on. The two of you guys should be, I know probably Bradley has to get back to work, but Joey, get on there. You probably don't even have a job. So
I do mortgage. I have nothing to do because I'm in the mortgage world. So
right.
People don't like interest rates right now.
No. Well, we won't even get into that.
I know.
Because I don't want to leave half my audience. Just remember, Orange Man bad. But gang, the comments, these guys, Joey and Bradley, will be on the comments. Just let them know if you need help to try to figure out how to get there. Mike Lewis just threw up a way to link on to Real Warriors Foundation. And Jamie just pulled your covers down, Mike, and said the only reason you got all those views is because of the black fingernails. But gang,
it wasn't mine. I was doing the work, but her hand ended up in the video, and I swear half the comments were about my black fingernails.
I know.
I have black fingernails.
And you'd think with all the wokeness going on, you would have got zillions of views.
I know, right?
Right? I mean, come on. But that's one thing, this channel's not woke, so we missed out on the wokeness. But Joey, thank you. If you want to kick back and listen to the show, you can. Absolutely. Or you want to get in there and start mixing it up with all these people, go right ahead. But we're going to get back into talking about fishing right now. And Joey, thank you for your time. I really
appreciate it.
I have no idea what this means to me. It means a lot to me.
We'll definitely connect.
Hey, Al.
Yes.
Anybody taking advantage of your great deal you got going on to go catch these bonefish?
Nope. Phone's been quiet.
Gang, what is wrong with you guys? Why don't you call Al? He wants to take you fishing, gang. I don't know if you can see the weather sucks. You don't want to go out on the ocean. You want to go back bay on your boat and go. You don't understand. I flew up from Cabo to go catch bonefish with Al. It was one of the funnest days I've ever had. It was absolutely spectacular. You want to go do that. You want to go fish with Al. It's going to be over here quick. Take advantage. He gave you guys the phenomenal opportunity yesterday. He knocked $400 off of the trip. You're going to take your boat, your precious boat, meet Al at the launch ramp. You're going to go get ghost shrimp. You're going to go get to catch bonefish and leopard sharks and shovel-nosed sharks. You take your kids. You can go out and have fun on your boat, and then you can go have lunch at the galley. The whole thing that Al does is absolutely spectacular. Then he took Pablo, because Pablo was like so excited to see what we did, and he went and did the same thing with Pablo. Then you took Brian from Promar, and you rocked his world. He got 25 bonefish.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it, it's prime time as far as weather and tides and water temperature, but it's also a prime time because we're in transition to running the big boat. So once I start running that big boat offshore into the islands and stuff, I'm not going to be too interested in doing bonefish trips. Now is the time. But I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, it's over the top. I mean, we've been blessed this week and last week that everything I wanted to happen happened with ease. It just happened. But it's not always like that, but the tides and everything is really good right now. So, you know, you run your boat up on the beach, you take your shoes off, you go walking down the water's edge, and you pump some shrimp, tell a few stories, have a water, get back in the boat, putt over to the spot, and next thing you know, you're bent. And then after that, you're hungry. I can take you into a restaurant right close to where we're fishing. You know, it's epic.
And that restaurant is pretty dang good. The clam chowder and the calamari that I had, I'll go back there tomorrow and eat. That place was phenomenal, and it's right there. We were literally 5 minutes from the fish to the restaurant. It was right. I still, Al, am blown away at how bitchin' that fishery is. God, I would be on it every day if I was one of you guys that lives up in California, Southern California, and you have a boat. You want to go learn it anyway. You just want to have it in your back pocket. If you don't, if you haven't had the opportunity, you're going to kick yourself in the butt. The day you go out with Al, you're just going to go, why did I wait so long?
And I can also show them other stuff where they can access by the beach and not even need a boat too. So, I mean, you're not only paying for my service, but you're paying for years and years and years of experience.
That's what I tell people sometimes when they ask, why does this paint job cost so much? I'm like, well, you know, you're going to have $40 in material, but you're getting 40 years of experience.
That's right.
To use $40 worth of material.
That's right. And a lot of stuff, not that we do it, but a lot of guys up talk all this kind of stuff. Dave's not up talking nothing. He's 100% truth. 100%.
And you know what's really cool, Al? Now they're in the rotation is those videos I made out fishing with you. So now they're getting to see this is what really happened, gang. And you're going to get to see more and more each day. And every day you watch it, you're going to go, why am I not out there doing it? Now, I understand. We talked about this in the beginning. There's some big-time bluefin hunters here. They only like to catch 200-pound fish. Well, you're not really fishermen. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm going to always tell you that. If you don't like to fish for fish, you always, I only like tuna. Well, then you're not a fisherman. Let's be honest. All you are is a guy that likes to show pictures of fish. That's it. You're not really a fisherman. You don't enjoy the whole part of fishing. You don't enjoy it like Mike Lewis or Justin.
Yeah.
Going to Catalina, anchoring up at us. Here's Justin. Him and I talked yesterday. His favorite thing is to anchor up at Catalina on the edge of a kelp and fly line, catch calico bass, and see all the fish behind the boat jumping up in the chum, and then catching a yellowtail that swims by and doing all that, because Justin's a true fisherman, and Al's a true fisherman, and Mike's a true fisherman. These guys, they don't even really want to go bluefinning on their day off. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pile there, buddy.
Yeah, that was two of us in about afternoon.
Beautiful.
Nice. Justin, why didn't you do the live show today? Tell everybody.
Well, the weather. I had it all planned out and everything. Here's what happened. So yesterday I'm at the boat. I'm getting everything ready. And I get a phone call from Anthony, my deckhand. And he says, hey, and my regular who charters the boat, Paul, He was supposed to go today. Anthony calls me and says, "Hey, are we still going tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, we're going tomorrow." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna head to the boat. Have you checked the weather?" I said, "Yeah, I checked it this morning." And he said, "Oh, well, you may want to check the weather again and call Paul." And I was like, "What?" He's all, "Just check the weather." So I checked the weather and it was crap. It was really crappy. So I was like, all right. And Paul doesn't like crappy weather. So I called Paul and I said, "Listen, it's going to be worse than the other day when we came back and it was all choppy. Do you want to still go?" And he's all, "No, we'll schedule for next week." Come on. All right, fine. So all because of stinking weather. This weather sucks. And then another member was out today, kind of near the area where I was going to go to, and he said he was out for like an hour and he was done. He's like, I couldn't stay any longer. It was too rocky, too choppy. Wind picked up, so it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that back bay's fishable.
Yeah.
You know?
Fishable, definitely. But I got something, if you've seen me messing with something down here, I just ran and got it at my doorstep. So those that know, I just got this in. Yeah, baby. You know what that is?
No. Oh, for the Starlink.
Yep. That's
Woohoo! We're moving on up.
So I just got the bracket and everything in for the Starlink. But yeah, pretty
Hey,
excited.
so tell us about what you do with the raw Starlink box that you get off Amazon that gets delivered to your house. What you do to waterproof it, or if you have to waterproof it.
You don't have to waterproof it.
Perfect.
You don't have to
You
waterproof
just mount it. You can just mount it right to that mount and connect it up, and you're good to go.
Check this out. So this is just a
Swivel.
a marine stainless flag holder or
Yep.
antenna holder.
Antenna holder.
Antenna. They call it a flag mount.
Okay.
And then this part right here just screws on like so. And then like so. And then the mount that goes on the actual Starlink itself is what I just got in right now. And that's this piece right here.
Perfect.
This attaches to the Starlink, and this is the rod that goes down into here. Like so.
So you put that on the top of your bridge, huh?
Yeah.
And then if you're taking water all the way up the top and everything, the Starlink's fine?
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
they work.
it's 100% waterproof.
They work outside, Al, all the time on
Right.
people's homes.
Yeah, and the rain and everything else.
Blows and does all that crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to that. My cousin's like all over it, but for the RV and the house. But maybe if I win the lotto, I'll get me one of those here in the next couple months.
I might be able to buy one pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And
I
Daniel,
have to get the boat to go with it, though.
Right?
Daniel, I'm looking at the weather right now, and your idea of fishable and my idea of fishable are two totally different things. Let me show you something. This is the Channel Islands tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. 18,
No, thank you.
18 knots.
Nice and green. No good.
4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Daniel, me being the little wimpy captain that I am that just had to do it for 49 years for a living, I'm not going. I don't care if the sea bass are swimming around with $1,000 bills in their gills. I'm not going. It doesn't look like fun to me. Right now, you guys have some pretty cool weather, 11 knots right now. But tonight, it's going to be kind of in the dark. It's going to be kind of gnarly. I'm looking at it. It's going to be in the pitch black dark. It's going to be blowing 15 tonight right there. I know you're saying it's fishable. It's not fishable for me.
No.
It's not fishable for me. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm a big wuss. So I've had people call me before when we give out the game plans and I say, don't go. And they go, well, it doesn't look that bad to me. And I say, well, then go. But I'm not going to tell you to go. When I can read weather, and I'm a pretty good reader of weather, I'm not going to tell you to go. Just the way it is. But if you want to make that decision and go, and Daniel, I hope you guys have the time of your life, and I hope that the weatherman's wrong. But I can't tell people to go when it's blowing because I just don't. If it's going 12 knots or more, that's a whitecap. And I know, Mike Lewis, you guys don't even have days up there where there isn't whitecaps, but out here in Southern Cal,
but it's not so bad. It's not so bad around the island itself. You just get on the backside of the weather. The problem is
getting there,
going across the channel. That's the problem.
Yeah. Now, if Daniel has a helicopter and he can drop me off on your boat, then I'm in.
The other issue that we're having this week is, if everyone looks on the Windy app, throughout the whole entire week, all the way up until Sunday, there's a lot of unstable air and a lot of unstable water. There's an eddy coming down from the northwest, and it's going to run right into Catalina. That's going to cause a swirl, okay? Not only is the water unstable prior to the eddy coming, but as that eddy gets down here, it's going to cause even more unstable water and unstable air. You're going to have wind from the east, wind from the west, wind from the south, wind from the north. It's a vortex effect. There it is right there.
There's Friday morning.
Yeah, so all this unstable water is going to be a complete washing machine.
On buoy weather on Friday afternoon with my cruiser just in between the island and the shore. 35 to 42 knots, baby.
Yeah, so it's very fishable if you want to go out there. It's not doable for anybody. You're going to be out there in a giant washing machine. You're going to have 3-foot swells from the west at like 9 seconds. You're going to have a 4-foot swell from the wind from the east at 2 seconds, and you're going to be in a world of hurt out there. So it's just not worth it. We have too many good days throughout the year. It's not worth going this whole week.
Yeah, we went on Sunday, just went out just to do some maintenance and stuff on the boat, and just to open it up and clean off the bottom. And it was like 5-foot swells at 9 seconds, and that was right outside of Oxnard Harbor. I'm like, man, good thing we didn't plan on going fishing today, because we wouldn't have.
Yeah, right. And when the unstableness either from the wind or the water comes in, it comes in now. It's not a matter of, oh, it's nice and calm right now, it's going to be fine all day. No, it's now. As soon as you turn your back, it's right there. It's hitting you. So
and yeah, Devo, I know, but that's why I never worked in Avila or Morro Bay. I'm a fair weather fisherman. But gang, I want to talk with Mike Lewis real quick about what's going on. And Justin, you said you may make a guest celebrity appearance up at this show.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to try to come up there. I have a charter on Saturday, so I'll stay on the boat and probably head up there. It's like an hour from my boat. I'll head up there probably on Sunday morning.
Nice.
And Robert, Mike Lewis and you will be on the show next week talking about the booth and everything that's going on. And Mike's getting a bunch of stuff delivered. Promar, during the show, they were okaying sending the stuff, the address Jamie gave me. So it's on its way. They just put it in the box and it's on its way. So you're going to have some freebie stuff for the people up there.
Nice.
And if you show up to the show, it's the West Coast Outdoors Sportsman's Expo at the Ventura Fairgrounds.
On the beach. It's literally
talk about it. Talk about it.
So the fairgrounds are literally on the beach. And if you want to make a whole day of it, I'm not racing that night, but there are races that night. So you can do the whole show on Saturday, just on Saturday. And you'll hear the race cars starting around 3 o'clock. Practice starts. You can go do the whole show, and then the races start at 5 o'clock. So if you're coming up with your family and you've never seen dirt track racing, man, you can make a whole day of it. Literally, the racetrack is right there on the fairgrounds. You're gonna hear the race cars while you're walking the show. And you want to go walk on the boardwalk? They got great beach. They got a pier. They usually have surf competitions. I don't know if they have one that weekend, but it's 100 yards from where you're going to be in the show. 100 yards, they're having a surf competition. That's how close everything's going on. So it's going to be pretty cool. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff. It's not just a fishing show. So there's going to be something for everybody. And if you're wearing a Saltwater guide shirt, it's not going to cost you anything. Honestly, they're probably going to charge $5 for parking. I don't know yet, but I would assume so. And but you're going to get in for free with the Saltwater guide shirt. And if you don't have one, you can call Dave and say, hey, Dave, go to the door. There's a couple people outside that want to buy some shirts. and you can buy the shirt. Now you have a shirt, and then you can get in for free. So you're getting 2 for 1. How about that?
That's a pretty good deal. And Daniel, my buddy Daniel Rubin's going to be at the show. He's going to be in booth 191 and 192, showing off the Real Quick that we've been talking about on the show here every once in a while. And I got to touch it and feel it at the show. And the Tesoro series reels that I talk about, the Akuma Tesoro series reels, Daniel has put together that Real Quick system for that Tesoro reel that I talk about all the time. So you want to swing by his booth, and also he'll be coming over and hanging out with Mike and bringing the product over there. So he doesn't miss anybody, but you want to see this because it's a great way. And Dave Burris, this Real Quick thing's going to be a bitchin' thing to have on the rods and stuff, because it's a quick, easy way to get your reel on and off your rod. And it's much lighter than having the two I don't even know what you'd call it, the 2 bolts or whatever that slide up on your reel and hook it to your rod, and all the different things that it takes to put your rod together. It's a cool system. And I'll have Daniel work with you, Dave Burris, and look at it. I know that Bill Batson was already talking about it. He's got to do all kinds of different things to make sure it's a product that he carries, because he carries the very best. So when you think about it, with Daniel gets approved by Bill Batson, then, oh my gosh, that'll take his whole business to the whole next level. But we're here for you, Daniel, and we want everybody to see it. So swing by our booth, the Your Saltwater Guy booth. Robert and Mike will be in the booth throughout the whole show. And gang, if you're into racing, you know, Mike Lewis, you won a couple races at that racetrack. I know you hate this kind of stuff, but I saw you kind of roll your eyes and go, I'm going to leave right now. But you won a couple races at that racetrack, right?
I think there's a bunch of about 100 trophies up there. Yeah. And I won a lot of races at Ventura. That's my home track. And yeah, championship, and it's pretty awesome. But I'm not racing this year. So you know, who knows? You know, if there's a bunch of people that want to go over to the races afterwards, hey, I'll go to the races and hang out, and I'll hang out in the stands, and we'll have a big group of people, and I'll tell everybody what's going on. I'll introduce you to some drivers. You got kids and you want to sit in the race cars, they'll take you down in the pits after the races and put you in any car that they want. I know everybody. I can get anybody in any kids in any cars.
Hey, that dirt track sounds like a lot of fun, dude. Push that pedal and go sideways, huh?
Come on, man, bring it.
That's fun. I'm a big outdoor desert guy.
I did the desert, but I raced quads for a long time. So
really?
Yeah.
Justin, it sounds like you need to bring Madden and Ryland up there.
I think Ryland will be with me. He'll be deckhanning on Saturday. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, gang, I released that. Nice.
Oh, those are bitchin' cars too.
Yeah, can you tell which car is mine? And actually, this
one in the front, right? The one in the front.
Yeah, this is a picture that Jamie took from the stands, and it's one of my favorite pictures ever, because I'm just ghosting the guy behind me.
Oh yeah.
I'd be the one in second place. I always get second.
Oh, there you go. Hey, if you think like that, that's where you're gonna finish.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this Candy Crush. I'm gonna win $500,000 here shortly.
Ooh. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Gang, I want to talk about Don Hansen Day at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing real quick. That's going to be May 15th. My sister is doing all kinds of great things. Anybody that goes fishing on any of her boats on May 15th, they're going half price on the 3/4 day or half price on the half day. And then she's selling gift certificates on that day for 40% off any 3/4 day or half day out of Dana Wharf. And guys took advantage of it last year and bought handfuls of these gift certificates. You're going to go fishing anyway, so you might as well save some money. So what you're going to do, gang, if you want to get involved with Don Hansen Day, which is a pretty special event, because if any of you are fishing right now, the number one reason why you're allowed to fish in California is because my father worked very hard with Wayne and Ken Frankie and all the other people on the Pacific Marine Fisheries Management Committee and all the different committees and all the different things. And he was a very, very big time politician. And we're celebrating his life on May 15th at Dana Point Harbor. It's a Wednesday. Everybody can make it. And then at 5 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock at night, open house. All of my father's boats that my sister and brother are in charge of now are open to the public. You can come tour them. And then Al, Justin, Pablo, and myself will be there shaking hands, kissing babies. I would love for you to all go fishing with us on the trip on the Helena, but that sold out in it sold out on the show. It was sold out in seconds, and you get to go fishing with us. So we don't need to promote that anymore. But it's going to be pretty special to be hanging out with all of the members and then hanging out at the boats that night. There'll be food and beverages and stuff. It'll be just a fun time to celebrate my father's life. So I want to thank you all for jumping in and grabbing those tickets for the Helena trip. And then we're going to talk about this every day. And the San Mateo is my sister and brother's new boat. The thing is a Delta. The thing is beautiful. It cruises around at 15, 16 knots. It can do 22 knots if it needs to. That means you could get to Clemente if you had to. If the fish were biting at Clemente, these guys, we had the captain of the boat on a couple months ago, and we'll bring him back on again. But that boat is capable of getting to where the fish are. So if they're out there and you're not getting there in time, you go look at that. Go look at that San Mateo. That boat flat ass hauls or flat hauls. I said a bad word, so all the kids that come to see Mike Lewis, remember Dave said ass. So y'all get free stuff. But you gotta go to the
Mike Lewis, huh?
What?
You put that on Mike. Everyone has to go see Mike to get it.
Yeah, right.
I heard Mike got some Promar stuff at the show.
I heard it's coming. That's going to be awesome. It'd be awesome if somebody from Promar was there too.
You never know. You never know. They might send Brian up there to take pictures. He's their mobile human.
Brian's all over the place.
Yeah.
We're gonna take tons of pictures and make a bunch of 60-second videos and all kinds of stuff for the community page. With all the people we meet, them new members, people that are gonna become members, we're gonna try to sign people up right there in the booth.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be spectacular.
So on the 15th, Dave, what are the times? What time is the meeting? What time does everyone meet? How long is the trip?
Those of us that are going fishing, the boat's leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you want to be there at 5:30, Pablo. You want to be there at 5:30. It's super important. We're not going to hold the boat for you. If you're not there, you're not going to make it. But
6 a.m. until what time?
6 a.m. to 4.
Oh, hold on. So a 3/4 day?
Yep.
Only $250?
Yeah, it's sold out already though.
Yeah, damn, that's good.
And all your meals. Everybody's going to have a breakfast burrito or whatever you like for breakfast, and then cheeseburgers and hamburgers for lunch. And it's been a long time since I had a boat burger, so I may have more than one.
So the next question is, someone asked yesterday evening, is there a chance to go live on the boat?
We're going to go live. We're gonna be live. There's gonna be 3 or 4 of us going live the whole time. You're gonna get to see the whole debacle. We'll have cameras mounted. We'll have phones going. I'll restream. Everybody on the boat can be involved. We'll have all kinds of different stuff going on. There will not be a time where you won't be able to see what we're doing on the Helena.
I thought it was weird yesterday that you talked about having a jackpot when I heard nothing but tuna stories about your jackpots, that you don't like that. You refuse to do that.
But Dave's
jackpot that day?
Yeah, but it's not an open party trip with a bunch of drunks. We're in control of the group. It's a controlled group, and we're going to give away some great giveaways and stuff. But yeah, when you're running Mike, when you're running a sport boat and you put 30 or 40 different personalities on the boat, and then you throw some alcohol in there and you get alcohol involved, and you got women and children, and then you got these drunk guys, and it just becomes a giant nightmare.
I got it. I got you.
It's crazy. That's why I said, when Justin and Pablo and Al and I announced this yesterday, that's why I said, there's not going to be any alcohol on the boat, because I'm not tolerating it. I'm not going to be involved. I don't need you to come up and hold onto my arm and tell me about the big fish you caught 50 times. And you told me the story at 6 in the morning. Then you told me the same story at 9. And then you told me the same story at 11.
That's so true.
Oh,
Gonna wear out the gunny sack, pulling that fish out all day, showing everybody.
oh my God. And those of you that,
Real Warriors doesn't do alcohol also. That's pretty awesome.
and we don't practice that on the War Heroes on Water. It's kind of a dry situation until we're on the boat for 3 days. We're out at the island at night. Everybody's subdued, and we have a few cocktails on the back deck at night before you go to bed and stuff. It's different.
Yeah,
It's totally different. And those of you that enjoy alcohol and you guys have a good time with it, I'm not taking anything away from you. You go out there and do the best you can. I personally don't need it around me. I don't want to listen to you tell me that story 500 times. 6 years.
6 swallows. That's all I've had in my entire life.
Good for you. Well, I made sure. Me and Al made sure that we took care of it for you, so you didn't have to.
Right.
I got to drive an awful lot of cool cars, though, with all my drunk friends. And I got to go to lots of places because everybody invited me, knowing I wasn't going to drink. So I always got everybody home.
Oh, yeah. It's a great thing to not drink. It's been 35 years for me.
That's awesome, Dave.
36 years ago, though, I was that guy hanging on your shoulder. That's Mike, you guys, you don't understand, man. You don't understand. I'm the best fisherman in the whole wide world. Here, look at this. Check it out. I'm going to tell a quick story, gang, real quick. I know we're way past time, but I was on a flight coming to Cabo 40 years ago, and I was as hammered as you can't even comprehend how hammered I was, Al. I was at a hammered level that I shouldn't even have been alive. And you know who was on the plane? Bill Walton. And he probably remembers this like it was yesterday, because I kind of almost sat on his lap. I was like on him like a hobo on a hot dog. I was so on him. And I wouldn't even let him get away. I was like hanging on him at the luggage check. I was like all over him. And that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, because, oh my gosh. So yeah, Bill Walton, I'm that guy. If you're watching, I'm sure he tells that story a lot to people. He's like, this drunken idiot was hanging all over me on a flight to Cabo. This was before there was a real airport here, and we landed at, and you got your stuff at the Palapa, and there was nothing here. But this was 40 years ago, and I look back at it all the time, and I go, yep, that was me. I'm that hanger-oner guy that just acts like a complete moron.
I can imagine you hammered.
I think it's funny that Dave knows how to imitate himself while he's drunk.
I am so lucky that I don't drink anymore. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. Hey, Justin.
One quick thing, really quick. So next week, I only have 1 day scheduled for chartering. So if anyone wants to get on an open party, I'd be more than happy to take you. Half day right now, only until the end of this month. Well, actually, it'll run all next week. Okay, it's $150 per person, and I need 4 to go. So $150 per person. It's a smoking deal. I just need to get on the water. That's why I'm doing it for so cheap. And you need to catch fish. So $150 per person. I need 4 to go. Pick a day next week. I do actually have Saturday. Saturday's booked. But other than that, I have all next week available. So give me a call or text 951-703-9442.
And then Al,
Yo,
what's the word? Do you think they're going to get the boat fixed?
I don't know when you call. Yeah, I hope so. But when you called me, I was just coming home from the marina. And
Looks like you're sitting on the back of on the dock right now.
No, it looks like it, right? That's
See,
my cool.
is that a fake background?
That's my cool background, dude.
Dude, that's awesome. I was going to say earlier before the show started, I was going to say, that looks like a fake background, but are you sitting on the dock? That's
Sitting
awesome.
in his garage.
That's awesome.
I moved over here because the lighting over in the other spot was kind of bad. So, but anyway, the mechanics were on the boat and they were giving me the whole full breakdown about Coleman Marine. So I hope they stay on it and get it done. It should take them 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure if they're going to abide to their contract with me or not. I don't know yet.
Well, that'd be wonderful if we could start putting you in on these open party trips, Al. There's a lot of people that want to fish with you, and Pablo's booking up big time. And Jeanette, why are you sad? Don't be sad. And Devin, I love you, man. Devo knows what it was like to be around Dave when he was. It wasn't a fun. I guarantee you, the people that were around me weren't having as much fun as I was. I really thought I was having a good time.
Jeanette's sad because she's been wanting to go fishing for weeks now, and the weather has been crap.
Oh my God, that's right. Now I understand. Yeah, find out. Talk to Justin, you guys, and find out what day Jeanette's going to go fishing again, and you'll know that'll be the next day it's going to blow.
You're right.
It was 80 degrees here yesterday, and it's getting ready to rain now.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, we're in Santa Clarita, so.
Oh, and the weather last night called for no rain, no nothing. I was at the boat, and it frickin' started pouring on me. Well, what the heck is going on? I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, Devin, I still don't. I think that they were profiling. They were pulling over every single person that night that was driving on the sidewalk. It was bullshit. My last DUI was I was driving on the sidewalk. So, yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten drunk enough to get a DUI.
Well, that's good. I got 3, so I took care of it for you.
Oh my gosh. Yowzer.
Wow.
Like
that sucks.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
What is all that noise? What's all that noise? It sounds like saws and stuff going off. And
someone went by Al's front yard.
Yeah, they're out there weed eating.
oh, okay. I'm all dang. I hear.
Because I know it. You know how I know it's Al? Because I know exactly where he is. He's in his garage, so it's right outside that door.
Oh.
Hey, one of these days you'll hear the guy selling the lotes. He's got a loud megaphone on this little cart where he sells corn.
Oh
super loud,
man,
super loud, just like you're in Baja. It's crack up, dude.
I miss those bells when the guy's walking down the street ringing the bells. Oh man,
this guy's got a megaphone. Elotes, get your elotes.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And EJ, thank you very much. I feel very blessed every single day that I was able to pull my head out of my butt and be here for everybody today. And one day we'll have a show all about it. We'll have a show. I promise I'll share a lot of really good. It'll probably be late night, maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. Yeah. But we'll tell some real honest to God story. We'll get me and Al and Chris and we'll sit down and tell some real sobriety stories. You'll be.
Hey, May 3rd is my birthday. I got 31 years, May 3rd.
Nice.
A miracle, man. A damn miracle. Look at that.
I don't know what day of the week that is, but
it's the day we're going to celebrate.
Like on a Thursday, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
That's a good day to celebrate Al's birthday. Yep.
Friday.
Oh, the 3rd is a Friday.
Friday.
Party up with some of those Heineken zero alcoholics.
Yeah.
O'Doul's. Do they even have O'Doul's anymore?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would even want to drink, Dave. You got Mexican Coke down there.
I know. With real sugar in it. I know.
That's got to be better than alcohol.
In a bottle.
Yes.
Bottle. It tastes epic. It tastes so good. And last night I was at a meeting with Cubby. Cubby got 23 years last night. It was pretty spectacular.
Nice.
And Justin was blown away. He goes, they have AA meetings in Cabo?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they do.
And I bet there's quite a few attendees, right?
Some nights there are.
If I was in Cabo, I would have a bar and I would call it AA meeting. Where are you going? I'm going to AA meeting.
You're right. That's a good idea.
No, the 13-step club.
Yeah. We did a little bit of that in our day, didn't we? Yeah. I used to do that. Go to the back door and wait. I used to go. No, I'm not.
Matt Ryan, how are you doing?
Matt Ryan, what a day yesterday, huh? You had a little confidence in Justin and Dave, and it worked out, huh? Did you guys see that on the Mike or Al? Did you guys see Matt's post on the app?
I did not.
I haven't been on there yet today.
30-pound halibut yesterday.
Nice.
That's a big one, dude. That's a golden spot up there.
Nice.
That's pretty spectacular, right?
He caught it on the show too.
He caught it during the show. Yeah, pretty wild.
Wow.
Pretty wild. So, Mike Lewis, tell us about your show. What days?
What days? The show
Sorry.
for Ventura.
I did that to him because I see he's on his phone. It's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th at the Ventura Fairgrounds, gang. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th. He's going to be there. You show up wearing one of my shirts, you get in for free. Let's see. Bill Varney. Bill Varney's watching the show. Hey, is there any good surf fishing in Ventura? Oh, there he went. He just broke his phone.
No, I just flipped my Coke. This was the halibut that I was on the phone with Dave that he helped me catch.
So you caught that already filleted?
Yeah, just like that.
That's pretty epic right there.
That's actually my first legal halibut, and that first time I filleted one. And yeah, it was you could see through it. It came out great, but I didn't get to weigh it. But it was somewhere in the upper 25, close to 30-pound range.
Wow,
So cool.
that is really cool.
So cool. I mean, I remember you'd have thought Mike just won Candy Crush. You'd have thought. He was so excited. He was so excited because first he called me up and he was like ready to go home. He was done.
Yeah.
He was so pissed. He had just lost the halibut.
As I made a mistake.
And he was done. He was pissed. And then he called me back 5 minutes.
To cut my thumb off. That's how mad I was, because when the halibut came up to the boat and it flipped over and took off back down again, like all of a sudden it had all this energy, it decided to want to leave. I put my thumb on the spool, snapped the line right instantly. I was so mad.
That's when I start yelling. What are you doing?
You can ask my wife. She was on the boat. I couldn't hardly talk the rest of the day because I was yelling so loud. I was so mad.
That's why all those engineers make them drag washers.
Yeah,
You have to do that.
You would be really surprised on how many people actually stop the reel from doing its job.
Right. I see it all the time.
Yeah, 80% of the people on the boat.
Yep.
Even people that have fished forever, as soon as that drag goes, stop it.
I panicked.
Everybody.
I got it all the way up. It was good to go. My friend was on the boat getting ready to reach over with the gaff, and boom, it just flipped over and took off. And I was like, I just panicked. It happened so fast. I was so mad. I wasn't going to tell Dave, but I was so mad because the first thing I thought was, oh my God, exactly what Dave said, do not ever do. I just did it. I was so mad. We're talking a 50+ pounder. It was gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's charter, guys. Me and Justin and Dave have seen that a million times, and we talk about it all day long, and it still happens all the time.
Yeah. We can have a whole week show about that.
Yeah, and then the other one is don't wind the freaking bait all the way to the tip. It's trying to climb the rod all day long. It's like crazy.
And then I have oh man, this is going to go on forever if I go about this stuff. So then another thing is when you're reeling in a bluefin, we keep the rods inside the rod holder on the boat, in the gunnel, right?
Yeah.
So as they're reeling it in, nobody help him, or her. No one needs to help and grab the line and pull it sideways. You don't need to do that. Don't touch the doggone line. Don't.
Well, I seen him on Wicked Tuna pulling line out. You know?
So that's that way, right? I'm pulling it sideways. I had a deckhand come on my boat. I won't say who. Pulled it sideways. I'm like, what are you doing? Bink! Right off.
Wow.
Freaking crazy.
But you gotta love them. They're the one that pays my bills. I'll tell them and tell them and tell them on a daily basis. Some of them listen, some of them don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to smell their thumb when they say they didn't do it, and then I smell their thumb. I go, well,
And it's burnt.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I was supposed to go do some secret security clearance tomorrow, but you're not going to do it tomorrow with that thumb.
Yeah, I have too strong of a grip. I don't get no burn. I just instantly lock it up. It just locked, stopped, dead stop.
Okay, so listen. Here's Bill Varney talking about that Ventura where the show's going to be. So here's what we're going to do, gang. We're going to do this really weird. You can bring your rod, your surf fishing rod. Come. You can leave it in the booth at your Saltwater Guide, the booth. You guys can drop your rods off. Mike won't let, or Robert won't let anybody steal them. You go fish out in front of Ventura and then come back in. And then whoever comes in with the nicest fish, Mike, whoever comes in with the nicest fish, we'll give them a lifetime membership to the website.
So they have to bring the fish into the booth?
What?
They have to bring the fish into the booth?
No. They can take a picture of it. You don't have to kill it. I mean, I would kill it because it's a fish and that's what they're here for. But no, you can take a picture of it, but it's got to be timestamped that you caught it right there with that fishing pole that you have.
Right. Or a quick video, even a 30-second clip. Hey, it's today's March, April, May 3rd. I'm out on the beach right now. I'm going to go in and show you my video. And then let's see.
You have to show a landmark also of where you're at.
Yes. I'll be able. I know that whole area.
Where's Hollywood? See what he wrote? Do you see that?
Yes.
Where's Hollywood Beach?
It's just a little bit up. So you can actually walk over there on the bike path. You can just walk over to where that is. Right from the fairgrounds.
So this is the only fishing trade show where you can go fishing and then come into the show.
You can hear when you're outside the buildings, you'll hear the waves. I mean, you're literally that close to the water.
There you go, gang. It doesn't get any better than that. And here we are, another hour-and-a-half long show.
So much to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to start doing like Joe Rogan. We're starting doing 3-hour shows. Nothing's going to ever happen ever again. People ask me all the time, how do you do this every single day? Because this is my favorite thing to do besides hang out with Kelly Girl is talk about fishing.
So here's another quick story really fast. Talking about real drag stoppers. So I take my really good buddy. He's wanted to catch a yellowtail his whole life, so on and so on. I take him out and we go out to an area in San Diego and we get into a wide open yellowtail bite. I pull in like 5 fish. My other buddy pulls in 5 fish. And my other buddy, who has always wanted to catch a yellowtail, keeps losing them. And I'm like, what are you doing? What is he doing? So I'm looking at him, and every time a yellowtail would take his line, he would stop it. Bink! Every time. I'm all, stop doing that. Stop doing that. But he couldn't stop. I don't know what it was. He couldn't stop pulling down the drag and stopping the fish.
It's scary when they're about to take all your line.
He got nothing after that. It's pretty funny.
You don't want to let them take all your line.
Yeah.
I was looking for an aerial shot. I have an aerial shot that shows the whole fairgrounds with the water, right? Shows everything. It's amazing. That facility it's awesome.
Absolutely. Show us. We'll get you back on the show and we'll have it going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up because I got stuff to do.
Yeah, me too. I gotta check my score. You guys are laughing right now. Later on, when this actually goes down and I'm in the top 10, then we have another live show and I'll tell everybody what's going on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Candy Crush Mike.
Are you in the top 10 right now?
Well, I don't know how many leaderboards are. I know, well, we're in the final 3 rounds, and only 10 people make it. So right now on my leaderboard, I'm more than double the score from second place. So I can calm down tonight. My round ends at midnight tonight and then starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning again. So, but as long as I make it to the top 10, it's $10,000 minimum. And then if I win, it's $500,000.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Hopefully you win.
You can get yourself a nice little sport fisher for that.
Oh yeah. Well, they actually sent me a message this morning needing all my information, financial information, where I'm coming from, the whole. It's gonna be a live show in Hollywood.
I need your financial information.
Yeah.
I'll show you my Sportfisher.
Right.
All right, gang. We're gonna wrap it up. Hour and a half.
All right, guys.
Hope you had a good time today.
Yeah.
Gang,
Yep.
It's a good time.
somebody listen to me. Somebody call Al. He's very lonely. Just call him up. Just call him and tell him how cool it would be if you had some money. You'd love to go fishing with him. Al, give him your number.
619-800-3474.
There you go, gang. Call Al. You already got Justin's number, and Mike will be at the show. We'll talk with Mike and Justin and Al more throughout the week. It looks like there's going to be not much fishing going on except for Daniel that loves really crappy weather. But
Yeah.
but I'm not going. If it's blowing, I ain't going. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Turn off the news. Everyone's lying. This is the only